Hello and welcome to Echoes of History. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Today, we journey back to ancient Rome to uncover the extraordinary life of one of history's most iconic figures, Julius Caesar. Gaius Julius Caesar was born in July 100 BCE into the prestigious Julian clan, a family that proudly claimed divine descent from Aeneas, son of Venus, the goddess of love. Yet, while noble in name, the Julians had lost much of their former wealth and influence. Caesar's childhood was marked by political instability, as Rome was torn apart by rival factions and the ambitions of powerful generals. When Caesar was just 16, his father died suddenly. This thrust young Julius into the role of head of the family. At a time when survival depended on political alliances, this responsibility weighed heavily. He married Cornelia, the daughter of Cinna, one of Rome's most radical leaders. But when the dictator Sulla seized power, he demanded Caesar divorce her. Caesar's refusal nearly cost him his life. Only the pleas of powerful friends spared him. This early confrontation with tyranny left a lasting mark. Caesar would never easily submit to another man's authority. Forced into hiding, Caesar briefly left Rome, serving in the military in Asia Minor. During one campaign, he displayed remarkable bravery, earning the coveted civic crown for saving a fellow soldier in battle. On his journey back to Rome, an incident occurred that revealed both his courage and his commanding personality. Captured by Cilician pirates, Caesar was held for ransom. Instead of cowering, he treated his captors with disdain, even joking that they had demanded too little for his life. Back in Rome, Caesar pursued the cursus honorum, the traditional path of public offices. He quickly earned a reputation as a gifted orator whose speeches stirred the emotions of the people. Unlike many nobles, Caesar sought popularity among the masses, sponsoring games and distributing grain. His debts mounted, but his fame grew. In 60 BCE, Caesar formed a secret alliance with two of Rome's most influential men, Pompey the Great, the celebrated general, and Crassus, the richest man in Rome. This arrangement, later called the First Triumvirate, gave Caesar the political backing to secure the consulship in 59 BCE. As consul, he advanced laws that benefited both Pompey and Crassus, while also cementing his image as a champion of the common people. After his consulship, Caesar received the governorship of Gaul. What followed was nearly a decade of relentless campaigning. From 58 to 50 BCE, he led his legions against dozens of tribes, pushing Rome's frontier to the English Channel and the Rhine. His victories were not only military triumphs, but also masterpieces of propaganda. In his commentaries on the Gallic War, Caesar presented himself as a brilliant strategist and protector of Rome, carefully shaping his image for the Senate and the people. The climax came in 52 BCE at the Siege of Alesia, where Caesar faced the formidable Gallic chieftain Vercingetorix. Surrounded and outnumbered, Caesar built massive fortifications both around and against the city, creating a double wall of defense. Against overwhelming odds, he prevailed. This victory secured Gaul for Rome and made Caesar a hero in the eyes of his soldiers and many Romans. But while his fame soared, tensions in Rome deepened. The alliance with Pompey fractured, and the Senate increasingly viewed Caesar as a threat. In 49 BCE, the Senate, now dominated by Pompey and Caesar's enemies, ordered him to disband his army and return to Rome as a private citizen. Such a move would expose him to prosecution and political ruin. At the banks of the Rubicon River, Caesar faced the greatest decision of his life. If he crossed with his army, he would ignite civil war. Pausing for a moment, he declared, "Alea iacta est," the die is cast. With those words, he led his men across the river. The fate of the Republic was sealed. Caesar advanced swiftly into Italy, forcing Pompey and many senators to flee. The two men who had once been allies were now enemies. In 48 BCE, at the Battle of Pharsalus, Caesar's outnumbered forces defeated Pompey's larger army through brilliant maneuvering. Pompey fled to Egypt, only to be betrayed and murdered on the orders of Pharaoh Ptolemy XIII. When Caesar arrived in Alexandria, he was presented with Pompey's severed head. He turned away in disgust, mourning the loss of his former ally. But in Egypt, another drama unfolded. Caesar became embroiled in the dynastic struggle between Ptolemy and his sister Cleopatra. Supporting Cleopatra, Caesar helped her reclaim the throne. Their alliance became both political and personal, producing a son, Caesarion. By 46 BCE, Caesar was the undisputed master of Rome. He celebrated grand triumphs, parading captives and treasures through the streets. He enacted sweeping reforms. He created the Julian calendar, a system that forms the basis of our modern calendar. He expanded the Senate, granting representation to provinces. He relieved debt, settled veterans, and centralized government power. But with each reform, he gathered more authority into his own hands. In 46 BCE, he was named dictator for 10 years. By early 44 BCE, he held the title Dictator Perpetuo, dictator for life. To his supporters, he was a visionary. To his enemies, he was a tyrant in all but name. Conspirators began to whisper. Even some who had once supported Caesar feared he intended to crown himself king, a title Romans loathed since the fall of their monarchy centuries earlier. On March 15, 44 BCE, Caesar entered the Senate meeting at the theater of Pompey. There, a group of more than 60 senators, led by Cassius and Brutus, closed in. The first dagger struck, then another, and another. Caesar resisted at first, but when he saw Brutus, a man he trusted, he gave up the struggle. Ancient writers claim he said, "Et tu, Brute?" Whether or not those were his true last words, the betrayal was undeniable. Caesar collapsed beneath the statue of Pompey, stabbed 23 times. The conspirators believed they had saved the Republic. Instead, they unleashed chaos. Caesar's assassination plunged Rome into a new round of civil wars. Ultimately, his adopted son and heir, Octavian, later Augustus, defeated Caesar's killers and became Rome's first emperor. The Republic was gone, replaced by the Empire. Caesar's legacy lived on. His name itself became synonymous with rulership: Caesar in Rome, Kaiser in Germany, Tsar in Russia. His writings are still studied for their clarity and power. His reforms reshaped Roman governance, while his life inspired works of art, literature, and drama across millennia. Julius Caesar was a man of contradictions, ruthless yet merciful, ambitious yet visionary. He rose from a precarious beginning to command the greatest empire of the ancient world, only to fall to the blades of his closest allies. His story is not only that of a man, but of the republic that died with him. You've been watching Echoes of History. What are your thoughts on the life and legacy of Julius Caesar? Share your views in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode.